Oh, yeah. Welcome back again, my amazing, wonderful friends. It's just another session again at the gym, and I'm just sharing again how I've been pounded down to the ground and I'm trying to rebuild myself again. So it's today's session felt pretty tough, but as per the false starts on this video, but we'll go over some of the details and share them all with you and see how it went. Again, in my background, you'll see my dog. She's always just chilling there. She sleeps half the day. Lucky her. No envy at all from here. All right. Apart from me looking a bit rugged, I need to go through and find some good shaving implements. So if anyone has any recommendations, shoot them through. I normally default to a shaving cream that I get from the body shop. Actually, stuff works pretty good, but I need some good razors and a safety razor handle at some stage. The ones that I've got, they just don't cut the mustard, and I'm suffering for it. Look at this. Yeah, getting too long. Anyway, today's session again was another strength one. So we started off with a exercise that it was a dumbbell fly and then press. So fly in the middle, bring it out, keep your elbows level with your chest, and then up, back down, reset in the middle. Found this one really difficult actually. So 15 kilos was my max for the whole thing. And I found it mostly difficult when I brought my arms in the middle. They just, I lacked strength or something, and I may have accidentally knocked myself in the head a couple of times with the dumbbells themselves. Overall, though, pretty good. I'm happy that I could actually get through it. Though, to be honest, the press aspect didn't feel like that was pushing me too much at that way. It was just the fly. So we'll see how I go from then on. Exercise 2. It was they call it dumbbell curtsy lunge. So have one dumbbell in front of you. You stick your legs behind you as if you're doing a curtsy, I guess. And then you drop down on the front leg and then back up and repeat. So you do all. This was a circuit, so you did 8 reps 3 times around. So you did all 8 reps on one side, and then you flipped over to the other side and did 8 there. I think a 17.5 kilo dumbbell for me, and that was all right. Like, I'm not sure if I felt any difference compared to normal lunges, but lunges in general just destroy me. So happy to get through it. After that, let's see, we went on to, I think, just cable based machine exercises. So that wasn't too bad. I just did a leg extension, went up to, through my various sets, I think 70, 80, and then 90 kilos. So happy with that. Could feel it definitely through to the end. So that was one that, I enjoy pushing myself on. Next up was back to the normal circuit based exercises. So it was an incline decline push up sets. So we had a couple of the vertical jump pads that you normally jump up to or step up onto. We had those set out. And a couple of those exercise steps as well. So initially I started off doing incline push ups on like I think it was 45 centimeter set or something like that. That didn't push me too much, so I just, for the next couple of sets, I just reduced that down to one of those exercise steps. And then flipped it around, and on that 45 centimeter pad, I went through and did the decline push ups. So I thought I was going to fall flat my face for those, but I managed to keep myself up, managed to push through it, and good results. All round, good results. All right, from that point, there was, what is it? No, it was a bar based hip thrust on the ground, I think it is. So you have a pad behind you, you have the Olympic bar in front, weighted it up, you rolled it on over your hips, then shimmied your legs up. So legs flat out, you had your legs up like that because you're pushing off those to raise your hips on it. So went up to some pretty heavy weights on those. I started off, I don't know, mediocre. It was, what was it? I think 20, 20, 80, so 80 to 100 kilos. Uh, Elevated myself next on the heaviest set, which was, I think, it was about 150. And then for my final one, tried out the 180. So I was pushing myself on those. It's not the most comfortable exercise as you start weighting things up, just because of how the bar sits on your hips. But yeah, good result. 180. Didn't do the full 8 reps. I think I got up to 5 or 6. But overall, mate, that was good. Like, it felt an achievement to get a personal best on that. So really good work there. Next up after that, it was over to the bench-based rows, single arm weighted rows. So, you lean over the bench, get the weighted kettlebells, you lean over it and one arm pull up into a row and back down. So 8 per side. Went up to the heaviest kettlebell at the end. I have no idea what those weights are though, to be honest. So I just judge them on their colour when I'm at the gym. But, feeling stronger there. So hopefully I'll graduate one day and get up to, small child size. I might be able to start doing that with my kids at home, or with the old dog in the background. Just start like sticking her in a vest with a handle on it, just see if I can start, one arm rowing her. After that, it was single leg kettlebell calf raises. So the calf raises, they had some of those step platforms, raised platforms with a angle on them. Get your foot up on that, stick your other foot just on the very edge of that as balance, so you don't put any weight on that. Lift up on one leg, do 8 reps, switch over to the other side, and just try to hold something for balance. That was good. That was good. That was good. I don't know. I always feel like I'm not doing a proper extension, because you start off like that. If I get up to about there and a little bit higher, I don't feel like I can push further. But hey, I'll take it. Hopefully I was doing it right. After that, it was jumping over to the monkey bars, to be honest. I don't know what their whole set is called, but it's just a whole bunch of bars. You could do monkey bars on them if you want. So I jumped up on those, and they're just straight leg raises. So I can't really bend my fingers like this. I need something else to demo with. Maybe I'll bring a figurine out at some stage. But hanging from the bars, and then you just raise the legs straight up and back down slowly, as parallel as you can. So to people that needed a modification to it, they could bend their legs and bring them up. Not as hard. Straight legs all the way. All the way. And I feel pretty proud when I'm able to get through those, to be honest. I always thought my abs were pretty poor, but it's just probably that layer of fat and old man, sitting around that's affecting me there. So did that, and then it was a dual, what is it? Jerry can walk. So they had a whole bunch of filled up jerry cans and other bits. I opted for the heaviest ones because, again, I just like to push myself. It's painful in the time, but afterwards you just feel better about it if you've been able to push yourself and you feel like you've achieved something. So 2 20-kilo jerry cans, one in each hand, and we did a lap walk, 2 laps of it, which, to be honest, I think a lap was maybe 30 meters. Convert that to, yards and sticks and whatever else you want to do, and we did 2 laps of that. It really starts hurting in your forearms, mostly for me. Forearms about halfway through. You seem to get up to the cone, which is the halfway mark of the first lap. You really start feeling it right in there, because you're gripping on. Even when you try to shift your thumb around, it doesn't seem to do much. And then you also have to pull your shoulders back, make sure they're activated. Otherwise, you're just hunched over. You don't want to do that to yourself. So shoulders back, get your grip on, start walking. And I think that the walking adds an extra dynamic to it, which makes it more difficult because you're jostling yourself and moving as you go. Still, really good exercise. I've heard that the farm carries and a bunch of those sort of exercises is actually really good for just core based exercises and stability. I can believe it. I can believe it. And, kudos to farmers out there who do this daily and just shrug it off. Like, get them into the gym. They'd probably make a fool of all of us. That was then on to some plate based exercise. So we're supposed to grip like one of those weighted plates, but I couldn't do it for the heavy weight. So 15 kilo, I could grip it at the top, and then you place it up against your waist or against your thigh, the side of your thigh, and then you say the weight is there as you're holding it, and then you extend this out to the side. I didn't really feel many areas except my butt. My butt cheeks might have been working out pretty hard there. I went up to the 20 kilo, couldn't really hold that in the grip, so just stick your fingers in that little middle hole bit and keep it going. So, didn't feel it at the time so much. My mobility in my hip area extending out sideways, not so great, but hopefully it all builds up in the end. So yeah, that was it. After that third set at 180 for those hip thrusts though, man, actually that third set of the jerry can walks, killer. It was really, really tough. I don't like it when I have to put down the things. I just like to push through if I can, but had to put down and just like, flex out the forearms a bit before continuing on that last set of the jerry can walk. Saying that, as I said, PB, I think, personal best for that hip thrust thing. When I'm looking at it and I see 4 or 5 plates on each side of that bar, feel pretty good about yourself. Feel pretty good. I wouldn't want to try to pick it up with any other exercise, but hey, one day, maybe. I thought I could do fairly hefty squats, which, I can do over 100 kilos, something on those, but it's nothing on seeing like 180 kilos worth of weight on your bar and you making it move under your own momentum and weight. It's something. So that's the routine for today. Didn't manage to go through and grab a photo of the board, but I'll see if I can grab one next time. Next one coming up, it's going to be Friday session. It's going to be heavy and fast, which is the biggest killer for me during the week. The week-based circuit exercises, it destroys me. So I'll try to come live quickly after that, record how I'm feeling, how I'm going, and get basically a live review of how it's going. It's getting tough, but it's self-improvement. It doesn't come easy, so step up, shoulder that extra burden of trying to make yourself better, and as you do it, you'll feel better about yourself. You'll lift your confidence up, you'll feel healthier, you'll have more energy. It's worth it. So everyone else out there who's going through the same stuff, keep it up, push yourself, gather a group of like-minded people around you, and just go for it. Go for it. You'll love the improvements that you'll feel from it, and just as I said, the confidence that you get from it. It's really good, really good. And again, massive kudos to everyone else who's going through it, struggling and push themselves to better themselves as well. It's worth it, and I think it acts as a good role model for anyone out there with kids as well. So the kids, they don't see me go to the gym because I wake up and get there before they're awake in the morning, but I'm hoping I'm setting a good example for them to follow in as well. That's me. If you enjoy these weekly updates that I'm bringing to you, just hit subscribe, like the videos, because again, I'm doing it as a personal diary so I can look back and see how I'm improving along the way. Maybe I can, improve how I talk sometimes, because half the time I don't really understand what I'm trying to say, but that will come later, I'm sure. The primary point of this is to allow me to look back and go, look, I've been pushed myself since this period. Each session I go through, I'm kind of recording my personal best weights, and if I can look back on these and go tiny compared to what I'm up to now, I'm hoping that'll be really good for me. So, love yourselves, push yourselves, become better, and I'll speak soon.